Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to In the Garden Tarot. It is my lunchtime hour, tarot hour. I offer free readings on the question, what does Spirit want me to know right now? If you would like to ask another question, I take all questions except for medical and legal for a donation. The mini reading is $8 and the maxi reading is $12. The mini reading is 5 questions, or excuse me, 5 cards, and the maxi reading is 10 cards. I also offer a 7 card week ahead reading for $7. But if you'd like a free reading, I'm happy to do that for you. But I am limiting it to only to what does the Spirit want me to know right now, which can be very useful for anyone who's just kind of wanting to do a check-in on where the direction is, what they'd like to do. So welcome into my tarot parlor. The queue is open. All you have to do is say hi, and I'll immediately shuffle the cards and start your reading on the question, what does Spirit want me to know right now? Today I'm using one of my favorite decks. It's just the Rider-Waite, but it's called the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot. And when I first saw it, I was just totally drawn to the back of this card deck. And then it just has your Rider-Waite symbolism. What's funny is that I bought this deck because I have the regular size version of it, but it's too big for my hands. So I bought this smaller version, thinking it would be around the size of my other small decks like this one, but it's actually smaller. It's smaller than playing cards. So it's a little fun, I guess. I don't know how I feel about it right now. But anyway, I am open for, if you'd like a free reading on the question, what does Spirit want me to know right now? Just put your name in the chat, say hi, and we'll do a little reading for you. If you'd like to ask another question, you can donate for either a mini reading or a maxi reading. The mini reading is $8. The maxi reading is $12. And you can donate through my Venmo, my CashApp, or my PayPal. And Nightbot will put those on the screen one by one. But if you know you want to pay a donation for a reading, then just tell me which app you want to use and I'll type it in for you. Because Nightbot only does that like every 5 minutes, every 7 minutes. I am on here usually for about an hour. I've started a little early as per usual. I'm one of those people that like always shows up at the party too early. I don't know why. I've always been that way. But Nightbot's just now showing, what the question of the day is for the free reading is, what does Spirit want me to know right now? Kind of changed my format around a little bit in that I'm not just taking any question for the free reading. I do feel like that is a donation question because a lot of times that free reading is not going to cover a complicated situation. And I've also changed the time that I'm going to be on. I feel like working in the afternoon just seems to be a better way to go by it. Hi, Chelsea. So, Chelsea, I'm going to shuffle the cards to ask what the Spirit wants you to know right now. Chelsea's here, and Chelsea would like to know, what does Spirit want them to know right now? What does Spirit want Chelsea to know right now? What would be useful and encouraging for Chelsea to know right now? Oh, yeah. I was just talking about it. I'm not answering any question with the free readings anymore. I'm answering a question of the day. And then if you would like to ask another question, that would be by donation. So Chelsea, things are going to be really looking up for you with the Devil reversed and also with the Nine of Swords reversed. And they're surrounding the Nine of Cups, which is usually the Wish Come True card. So if there's something that you've been worrying about or struggling with recently, the answer here is that things will be getting better for you. And then on the bottom we have the Two of Swords. So there is a choice to be made, though. Maybe a difficult choice for you. But once you make that choice, that's really going to free you up for some more opportunities and growth in your life. And that is what Spirit wants you to know today, Chelsea. I think I'll do an oracle card for you. Give me a number, 1, 2, or 3. I have 3 oracle decks sitting here. And if you'll give me a number, 1, 2, or 3, I'll pick an oracle card for you as well. Oh, I'm not sure if you're gone or not. So yeah, this will take, for people who have been here before, I was taking any question except for medical and legal for the free reading, but I've changed my format a little bit, and now the free reading is a specific question that I answer, which is, what does Spirit want me to know right now? If you would like to ask any other question, provided it's not medical or legal, you can donate for a mini reading, that's $8, or a maxi reading, which is $12. So I was starting to say I've changed my format that way. There's a variety of reasons why, mostly because, well, there's a lot of reasons why, but one of the reasons why is that people have trouble asking questions that get them really information that's helpful to them, that is a blessing to them, and that can help them in their lives. And I find that my goal, my feelings is always about your spiritual growth, your growth as a human being, your life being the best life it can be for you. And I notice people get stuck on the same kind of question over and over again, and that's just not healthy, in my opinion. So for the free reading, you certainly can find out some useful information from Spirit, something that will be helpful and encouraging to you. But, I do have the donation readings, the mini reading, which is $8, and the maxi reading, which is $12, for any question you have that's not medical or legal. Hi, Phantom Punk. Let me give you your free reading, which is, what does Spirit want you to know right now? Okay, Chelsea, if you'd like to know, you can go ahead and donate with Venmo, CashApp, or PayPal me, and then I can go ahead and do a full reading for you. Phantom, what does Spirit want Phantom to know right now? What does Spirit want Phantom to know right now? All right, Phantom. You have the Empress. You have the Two of Swords. And you have the Nine of Wands. So you are definitely someone who is full of a lot of creative and nurturing energy right now. There is a little bit of blockage on that, perhaps because you're having trouble making a decision one way or the other, and how to use that skill, how to use that energy in your life. It feels like you're a time of kind of working really hard and fighting a lot of conflicting energies, things that are blocking your way, is passing away as we see the Nine of Wands at the end. Maybe take a little break. Nine of Wands sometimes suggesting to take a little break. But it can also suggest that you've kind of been through it all, and now you're finally going to be able to, break through that blockage by making a decision direction-wise and start using that wonderful creative energy that you've got going on for you right now. Now, I always say to people, You also have the Ace of Swords at the bottom, which is a lovely card to have there. So when we have the aces, we have the seed of a new beginning with new thoughts, new ideas. Like someone who would be a writer or in some way a communicator might be someone that would like to see the Ace of Swords in the realm of creativity. But it's not the only thing. I was going to say that when in situations where a person can't make a decision for whatever reason, if you're like me, like you like a lot of things, I always suggest just pick a direction and just go with it, and just trust that there are rewards and lessons in every direction you choose. So, Phantom, that is my reading for you. I'd like to offer you an oracle card. If you want to give me the numbers 1, 2, or 3, I'll tell you what the oracle card says. You're welcome. You're welcome. Would you like to have an oracle card? 3. Okay, so that's from the Messages from the Universe oracle deck. And it says, no act of kindness is ever wasted. Some of the kindest people you will ever meet have been through hell and back themselves. That strengthened their compassion and empathy. If this is describing you, keep being the beautiful soul that you are. Hi, Chelsea. Chelsea, I haven't seen your donation yet. Did you send a donation through? Sounds like A. Sounds like you. Good. Yeah, I would say with that 9 of Wands at the end, it definitely describes you, in my opinion. Or Chelsea, were you referring to getting one of the oracle cards? Because you didn't ask for it before. I think you may have fallen out of the room. Yeah, the free reading is 1 question per person, and it's what does Spirit want me to know right now? That's okay. Did you want to have the oracle card? If so, pick neither 1, 2, or 3. When you say it, do you mean the title of it? I'm not sure. Okay. I'll have to double check that. Let me look at that. Sometimes YouTube gives me some weird stuff. Because if it's wrong, I want to fix that. Yeah, it does say you did get a free one, Chelsea. You were the first person that came in, and I gave you a free reading. So after the live is over, you can go back and look at the recording, and it'll tell you what your reading was. But just by memory, you had the 9 of Swords reversed, you had the 9 of Cups in the middle, and then you had the Devil reversed. And I had said that looks like you've been through some tough stuff right now, but you're going to be having a turnaround and having some good luck coming your way, something along those lines. But you can look at the recording after I'm finished with the live, and you can see exactly what I said in case you fell out of the room. Sometimes that happens. So just for anyone who's just stepped in, today's free reading is what does Spirit want me to know right now? You're welcome, honey. So if you'd like to get that question answered, just say hello in the chat and I'll get that question, what does Spirit want me to know right now? If you would like to ask another question, provided it's not medical or legal, any other question, I do answer those questions by donation. I do a 5-card mini reading for $8, and I do a 10-card maxi reading for $12. I have one in between. It's a 7-card reading that's like a week ahead kind of reading. That's also available. I take CashApp, Venmo, and PayPal Me. And I don't know if I can make my finger point the right way, but right down here in the bottom, it has the free reading question right there. And also over here in the chat, Nightbot will tell you, I can't put my finger in the right place, will tell you where you can donate for a reading and the types of readings available. Just like FYI, I guess, I'm a Pisces, but I have a Taurus moon, so I carry this kind of big mama energy sometimes, where I want to make sure that people are having the best, healthiest, mentally healthy experience that they can have and have the fullest life they can possibly. I don't know if it's a fault or a good thing. But some people are, are just determined to, like, I don't know whether it's their karmic, like, contract or whatever. It's just determined to choose the hard way to get through life. And I hope with tarot readings, I feel like it is a tool to kind of help guide you through your life to your best life. So with my new format change, what I'll be doing is I'll be offering free readings on a specific question that applies to everybody that walks in. Right now, the free reading question is, what does Spirit want me to know right now? But other times I might have questions about career or love. It's also just easier for my little brain if I'm focusing on one type of question with the free readings, because I do get a lot of people coming in with the free readings. I usually ask them to like or subscribe or both as a way of supporting, as an energy exchange. And I don't know, I may be doing a quick little video about that because I believe, and a lot of people of my ilk, I guess, believe that energy cannot be stagnant. So what I mean when I say that is that there must be an exchange of energy, not necessarily an exact exchange, but if like someone is putting something into your life to make it better, then you want to make sure that you're stepping up to the plate and you're participating in that energy exchange, whether that's by supporting the channel with a like or subscribe, or donating for a reading, or lighting a candle and praying for the reader, whatever it is. There really should be some kind of energy exchange. Otherwise, what happens is that it becomes stagnant. It's harmful to both parties because the energy is not flowing. And I just think, I'm of the opinion that that's important. It's been my experience. So, funny gross story, actually. Last night I was here watching TV, and the biggest cockroach I've ever seen in my entire life came scuttering across the floor and up the wall. It scared the bejeebies out of me. It was quite late at night too, but I finally got a hold of him or her. But I've never seen any kind of critters in my house up until last night. He was fast. He was big. I'd say he was about 3 inches tall and about a half an inch wide. Don't know where he came from. I'm pretty close to my front door, so I'm thinking maybe he might have come under the door. That's the only thing I can think. Or maybe I need to look up what the meaning of the of a giant cockroach, what spiritually what it means. I know we see them as bad, but they're not necessarily bad animals. Bad animals? Bad insects. Not bad omens, not necessarily. Spider, for instance, most people see spiders as scary and negative, but I see spiders as more of a positive omen. As a matter of fact, I was watching a video not that long ago about camel spiders? No, huntsman spiders. So they're these really big, like big as your hand, like as big as my hand, spiders that people go and get as pets, and they let them just wander around the house. And they take care of all the insect life in the house. Like they make sure that the house is free of all kinds of pests, including other spiders. And I think this is in Australia. I was quite intrigued by this. I don't think I'd be comfortable with a giant spider wandering around the house, not because I'd be afraid it would bite me, but I'd be afraid that I would step on it and hurt it. There's a guy on YouTube. His YouTube is called "These Are the Spiders in Your House," and he gives these great and funny talks about different kinds of spiders. And one of the things he talks about is how aggressive they really are and how likely they are to bite you. It's really interesting. So I've been on now for about 30 minutes, 21 minutes and 57 seconds, so not quite 30 minutes. So I'll be on for about another half hour. I may or may not be on this evening. It kind of depends on what's going on. See my little broken jewelry here? It's vintage jewelry and I really love it, but the minute I got it, because I bought it from someone, it fell apart. It was like the chains were made of uh, Play-Doh or something, the little chain connections. And the little beads started falling off. It was very sad. I don't know if you can tell in this light, but these are this really pretty purple. Nightbot's put up a message about the types of readings. The mini, the 5 card, is good for one question, but the maxi, the ten card, can be either one question or 3 small questions. So that $12 is a pretty good bargain if you think about it. So instead of $8 per reading, it's $4 per reading for 3 questions. I think another really useful thing about having this question of the day is that it's a lot more versatile because, the question of the day may address a love issue, it may address a career issue, it may address other things. So it's not necessarily a general question. It may seem like it to you. And if you watched my video already, I suggest you do about how to get the most out of your readings. One of the things I talk about is how important it is that you, as the querent, the person receiving the reading, focus on what you want to know when the reader is shuffling the cards, so that you're both focusing on the cards themselves. So with like, what does spirit want me to know right now, there's nothing stopping you from focusing on what does spirit want me to know about love, what does spirit want me to know about career, what does spirit want me to know about whatever, family. So you can make it a little bit more specific for your reading, provided that you're focusing on the thing that you want spirit to tell you about. I was thinking tomorrow is Mars's day, and when we think about the planet Mars, we're talking about passion and energy and anger and war and things like that. It's fiery energy. So tomorrow's free question will probably be along those lines. I have this little rectangle of different color floral, and every time I get on here, I think, oh, I want to outline that. I want to get a Posca marker and outline that, but I'm not going to do that live on on YouTube, because if I make a mistake, it could be a mess. Today is Monday, Moon Day. So, I have this question here, but I have another question I could ask on Mondays that I'm just letting you know I'm thinking about, because the moon is about illusion, delusion, hidden things. So I could probably put a question around that. And then Wednesday is ruled by Mercury, which is, you ever heard about someone being mercurial? It's about quick thinking and making decisions. Thursday is ruled by Jupiter, which is about expanding. What do I want to expand in my life? It's about luck. Where do I want to grow in my life? Things like that. And then Friday is ruled by Venus. So um, perhaps you know, perhaps you don't know, that Venus is not just about love. Venus is about beauty, appreciation of beauty too. Um, about enjoying the physical things of life, eating and drinking and dancing and singing and making love and making art. And then Saturday is ruled by Saturn. So this is about, Saturn's about restriction and um, control. So you might, for a Saturday tarot question, the question might be, what's holding me back, or where do I have blockages, things like that. And then Sunday, of course, is ruled by the sun. And when we talk about the sun, we talk about a lot of things, actually. But in terms of like a free question of the day, I'll have to think about that one. But yeah, I think I'll handle it that way. I think that each day of the week, whatever planetary ruler is for that day, will probably have some influence, at least most of the weeks, on the question of the day. What just happened? Did I just say today's Monday? I think I did. Today's Tuesday. My goodness gracious. For those of you who are like me in the brain, there is a what's what I'm looking for. There's a reason for the way I've got it set up for the purchase questions, the donation questions. You may notice that the amount of cards are odd numbers, 5, 7, and 9. I keep 9 cards with the 10th bonus card. And that the prices are even numbers, 8, 10, and 12. And for some reason, there's a symmetry to that is pleasing to my spirit because I guess I'm weird that way. I'm into the number, not necessarily like mathematical, but what they stand for. So with the 5, number 5 in, now I'm not a numerologist, so I'm just kind of anecdotally telling you this. Number 5 is a lot of action. There's a lot of activity and energy behind the 5. With the 7 is just like kind of a master number, the 7 days of the week, 7, it just has a lot of different meanings that my brain is not pulling out of I'm not being able to pull out of my brain and have come out of my mouth. And then 9 is manifestation times 3. So big energy, big manifestation energy. Maybe I'll talk about that in one of my little recorded videos, talk about the meaning behind the amount of cards and the amount I charge. And it might be a little interesting thing for people to see. I don't know. But anyway, I'm just at the half-hour mark, so I just want to, again, welcome you to In the Garden Tarot. If you're just arriving, the free question of the day is, what does my spirit want me to know right now? If you'd like to get an answer to that free question, just post in the chat, and I will get right to it. I also will offer you a oracle reading by asking you at the end of the reading to pick number 1, 2, or 3, and I will read you an oracle card from either, I've got Clarifying Situations oracle card, Life and Career. I have what are they thinking about me deck, and then I have the Messages from the Universe oracle deck. This is my lunchtime for me. I'm in central part of the United States. My lunchtime tarot reading session. I'm thinking of switching up from going in the evenings to um, doing the daytime. We'll see. I may do both for a while and see which one is a better option. I also find certain days of the week are better than other days of the week. You know, I think that a really useful thing to do, especially on Sundays, is to kind of do a little 3 card wrap up of the week spread. And in that spread, it's 3 cards, and shuffle the cards, or you can have. I'm trying to think. Can we do this? I might offer like a 3 cards for $3 wrap up the week spread on Sundays because you ask 3 questions. What did I learn? No, my blank is going to go mind. My mind is going to go blank. Let me look at my actual note here. What have I faced? What have I learned? And what can I take into the week ahead? So the 3 card end of the week wrap up is probably something I'll do on Sundays as a free reading. I think that would be helpful for people. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put a card at the end of my live readings that kind of describe what free readings are offered each day of the week. That might be a good way to go. I have about 20 more minutes in this session. I may be back on tonight. It kind of depends on what's going on. My problem with the evening, I was doing the evening for a while, but I have a neighbor, because I'm in a duplex, whose TV is rather loud. And so they were on vacation when I first started, but now they're back. And I just don't feel 100% comfortable reading while they're watching TV on the other side of the wall there. I just feel distracted. And of course, I want to be relaxed and loose when I do readings for all of you. But let me know if you want to post a comment. If you're been here before, let me know whether or not you would prefer for me to do do the evening readings, or just the evening readings, or the day readings, or I try and kind of be here for as many people as possible. And yes, this is a way that I supplement my Social Security income, but it is not my primary purpose. I've always been someone who really enjoyed giving readings for people. I feel like people really gain direction and wisdom and encouragement from readings. I've been doing it for about 30 years, just shy of 30 years. This is the first time I've been doing it live on a streaming platform. Previously, I would do it, in person in my home, or at a shop that offered readings, or at a fair, like a psychic fair or something like that, more of a public venue. I've thought about offering them from my home, but I live in the Bible Belt, and I especially live in a very conservative town, and I feel like it may not be the best. I say the Bible Belt like that's a bad thing, but I don't mean the Bible per se, because it's not a bad thing. It's just some people are very conservative and have a very strong point of view in their religion that would make me kind of scary to them, and therefore makes it a bit dangerous for me to offer readings from my home, if that makes sense. So I have about 20 more minutes left in this session. Coming up on 45 minutes. Got about 15 minutes left, and then I'll be signing off for the day. I may leave just a little bit early. Depends on what's going on. I just posted in the chat something very important. Um, I think tarot is a valuable, insightful tool for life. However, others may consider it for entertainment purposes only. So tonight I will be back on around 10 p.m. or so is usually when I'm on, 10 p.m. Central Time. And tonight's question will be related to today, Tuesday. It will be, where can I direct my energy and passion for my highest good? You know, we talk about Mars, we talk about passion, we talk about, you know, and what is passion? Passion can be, where can it be in your life? It can be for your job, it can be anger and war and blood, and it can be all kinds of things. But usually when we think about passion, we think about something that really inspires us and gets us going and gets us moving. So if you think you might be participating tonight, you can certainly come on in around 10 p.m. Central, and that question will be for the free reading, where can I direct my energy and passion for my highest good? You can also come in at any time and get a donation reading. The mini reading for one card is, or excuse me, 5 card, one question mini reading is $8. The 9 cards plus one, so 10 card Maxi Reading is $12. And in between there, I have a 7 card reading, which is the week ahead. So right now, for like about the next 10 minutes, I will be offering free readings on the question, what does Spirit want me to know right now? Well, I want to. Okay, we're almost at the end of the hour. Last calls for free readings. If you would like a free reading on what Spirit can give you, what information Spirit can give you for today, for your best life, I guess. What they want you to know right now. Go ahead and post a hi in the chat, and I will be happy to do a reading for you as we're finishing up the hour. I will be offering a chat tonight where the free reading will be how can I direct my passion and energy for my highest good. That would be around 10 p.m. Central Time, that's the United States. But I still have a few more minutes left in this hour if you'd like a reading. All right, as we're coming up on the hour, I'm going to go ahead and close down this reading a little early. Looks like there's not a lot out there looking for a free reading. So hopefully I will see some folks tonight with my new format. And it's always good to see you, always good to talk to you. I hope you have a great rest of your day.